Today let us start with what is called as coordination. So coordination is nothing but it is a endure where we try to have a smooth flow of activity or functions which is trying to synchronize the different departments. So this is an activity which is trying to synchronize the flow of functions in an organization. This is trying to bring out all the groups which are working in the organization to achieve the goal in a harmoniously way. So we have this enterprise. As we know, there are a lot of departments, various departments in the organization, and their functions are extremely different. So if you talk about coordination, it is an activity where we are trying to bring out all these departments together through an harmonized way. That is, we are trying to bring them together. So we have the definition. As far as the coordination is concerned, it is like, as I told you, it is an orderly arrangement of a group of effort which is trying to provide unity of action in the for the common purpose. It is a definition saying that coordination is an orderly synchronization. So it is a synchronization of efforts which is trying to provide in harmonious and unified actions to be stated as an objective. So this is with respect to the definition for coordination. Now we will see the meaning of coordination. So as I told you, it is a pattern. So coordination is an orderly pattern or arrangement of groups. So these groups are trying to bring out their efforts in order to have unity of action to attain the common objective. This coordination is a unification of diverse and specialized activity. So we have different departments which has unique functions. So they are diversely splitted out and they have their own specialized activity. So coordination is a mechanism where we try to bring all the unification of this diverse and specialized activity. So it is a process. So coordination is a process which is trying to establish harmony among the different activities of the organization. So we have the desired objectives and that can be easily achieved. Coordination is a function of management which is trying to refer to the task of integrating the activity. So they are trying to integrate the activities of the different units of the organization. So in order to accomplish the goals efficiently. So coordination, as I told you, is a unification, integration, synchronization. So it is like bringing in together unity and harmonization of the efforts of group members so that there is a unity of action that is called as a common goal is achieved through unity of action. It is a hidden force which is trying to bind all other functions of the. Now features of coordination. As we know, coordination is an integrating group efforts. It is not a different function. It is a part and essence of management. So coordination is present in all the functions of management. And coordination is arising when there is an interdependence of various functionality between each department. So it is a pervasive function which is trying to bring out the unity between all the functions. And it is as I told you, it is a dynamic process. So how it has been exercised is it is trying to have a deliberate function whereby there is a smooth functioning of departments. So it is a continuous process, so we don't have a stop for it, and coordination is the responsibility of all managers. So all managers who are across the organization, they have to consciously exercise coordination in each and activity they carry out. So it is a group effort. Coordination, as I told you, is a group effort and it is not an individual effort. So here we have to have an orderly arrangement of the group effort, and the objective is to facilitate the overall objective of the organization. So it is trying to ensure unity of efforts in the organization. So it is called as a fulcrum of unity of purpose of the organization. Now we will talk about the coordination. So the principles behind coordination is it is trying to encourage team spirit. It is giving us a proper directness or direction. So as we know, coordination should be achieved only through personal contact. So this is they are trying to exchange their ideas. So even when they're trying to exchange ideas, some misunderstanding or misperception can be easily eradicated. Even that if when there is a conflict, that can be easily removed when we have a direct speech or direct exchange of ideas. Then as far as the coordination is concerned, earlier we start, so this is should be done in the beginning stage. So whenever we are trying to plan that stage itself, we have to talk about the coordination. So here what happens is because each department they have their own the functions, and these functions are interdependent. So the task is will be easier when we are doing it on the from the beginning itself. So it is it is trying to help the organization to achieve its objective very quickly, and it is also trying to improve the relationship in the organization by having integration. So integration in the sense, as we know, people are human beings, so they have their own relationship. So when you have a reciprocal relationship between different segments, then there is a chance of integration of all the efforts, even the actions and interest, which is very much important in order to achieve the importance of the organization, that is a coordination of the organization. And it is trying to have a dynamism by having that is it cannot be rigid. So we have to based on the internal environment, we have to change the relationship also, and it is likely to lead to higher efficiency, because we know there is a diverse and specified activity, and it is trying to build some empire, that is it tries to improve goodwill of the organization. So that is you can get cooperation only when you don't have much issues. So we have to find out some any issues or conflicts. So to overcome that, we have to improve the morale of the workers, and that will improve the goodwill of the organization. So this will be whenever there is a conflict, we have to destroy that conflict, and we have to bring in the unity, that is will eliminate this type of tendency, and we have to have a teamwork. And if, as I told you, it is leading to higher efficiency. There is a growth phase. So when the organization grows, communication will be very difficult. So what we have to do is, in such situation, as we know, executives will be always at the top level. They can coordinate through communication, and they even have contact with the other members. And it also tries to avoid overlapping of information, and it is also trying to set up the goals of the organization, I told you. But whenever there is a goal clash, so each department there may be some goal clash that can be, or we even call that as a conflicting goals. So whether that is individual is trying to focus on accomplishing his own goal, and that was also the same case with the department. But here what happens is the individuals will try to chase their own goals by throwing over at the goals of the organization. So we have to find out the resources of the organization which are being misused, and we have to try to coordinate and reconcile the goals of the individual with that of the department. So the process of coordination is we first have to set the goals. So what is the goal to be achieved? So we have to have a clearer goal. So we have to have a proper allocations. So first we have to find out the proper goal and proper allocation of resources. We have to have a proper sound organization structure which is easily understandable, and we have to find out the responsibility relationship. So we have to clearly specify the responsibility relationship, and as I told you, the based on the executives only the communication will be. So we have to have a proper communication, and we have to have a sound leadership. So this is the process of coordination. Now the techniques, when we talk about the techniques involved in coordination, as I told you, we have to have about the sound planning. So sound planning is we have to have some policy, and we have to interpret those policies. So that policy of the organization should be very clearly mentioned, and that should clearly clarify. So in that case, what we have to have is sound planning is essential. So this is possible only when we have to find out the goals and functions, what is to be performed by different departments in order to achieve these goals. So we have to set planning stage whereby there is no place for conflicts, and we have to design the programs and policies. Whenever there is a conflict, that should be removed at the beginning stage itself. Then we have to talk about the simplification of organizational structure. As we know, the hierarchy structure is much important for the organization, because that shows the delegation of authority, responsibility and accountability. When we are not much clear, or when the structure is very technically not understandable, then there is a lot of chances of not having clear-cut idea about authority and responsibility. So we have to try to have simplification of organizational structure so that it is very easy for coordination. So we have to have a clear-cut definition for authority. Then we have to form some committees, and these committees, what they do is they try to plan and execute the programs what is to be done in the organization, whereby they are having a better consultation, and they have to have acceptance and even best execution of decisions. So this is how they go for self-coordination. So they try to have a technique where voluntary cooperation of all the employees are being done through these committees, and what they do is whatever they get, they will try to accept, and when they are accepting, there is a better decision or execution of these decisions also. So, and they have to have staff meeting, and they have to conduct conferences, and they have to have different methods of communication. Like we have to think about the designing of communication, that is how the communication is going to work. So we have to try to find out any misunderstanding is there, and we have to take an action so that this misunderstanding will not be a problem in trying to coordinate and bring out a teamwork. So that is much important. Then we have to talk about how this communication will be. So we have to have a good deal of communication, and we have to talk about the functionality among the departments. So we have to talk about two managers, they are sitting together and they have to resolve any issues. For example, the research and development manager and the production manager, if there is a need, they can sit out and sort out things. And there is a scope for leadership and supervision, whereby we have to find out the leaders at each level, so that there is a feeling of collectivism in the mind of the employees, which will be forcing the subordinates to work as a team. As I told you, it is a teamwork. So these leaders, if there is an issue in coordination, they will try to reconcile the issues, or they will even sort out the conflicting goals, and they have to find out equal mechanism, so that everyone is being protected and their morale is being protected. And we can even have a task force, and even we can have some clear-cut chain of command, and we have to be very clear with the rules and regulations of the. Now, as I told you, we have to have a clear defined goals. We have to have the rules and procedures and policies which is covering all this possible situation. So when we have a clear cut goals, we will be knowing about the uniformity of action, what will be done for everything. Then looking into managerial hierarchy, at each level the superior has to coordinate the activities, and he has to bring in his subordinates by meaning of his authority. So the line of authority and responsibility, as I told you, should be very important in order to have achieve coordination, because when there is a overlapping, that will create a lot of conflicts in coordination. So we have to have a clear lines of authority, and we have to have an effective and smooth better. And we have types of coordination, and this types is nothing but we have internal coordination and external coordination, vertical coordination and horizontal coordination. So internal coordination is trying to think about it is within the organization. So it is about the coordination about the branches or showrooms or divisions or sections. Regarding external coordination, it is with respect to external agencies of the organization. So when there is some change in the public policy or the action taken by the competitor or some development in technology, in that case the organization has to look into the suppliers, customers, that is the stakeholders, government department, media, or even financial agencies. So what they do was, in order to sort out this, they appoint a PRO who is called as a public relation officer or a liaison officer in order to bring such coordination in case of external coordination. Then vertical coordination is taking place between various authorities, those who are in the managerial hierarchy. Horizontal coordination is referring to the various functional departments. So functional departments, we have HR manager or sales manager, production manager at the hierarchy. So we have to talk about the functional departments at the same level. So, and the basis of organization structure, there are three other types of coordination. So one is pooled, sequential and reciprocal coordination. Now we'll have a look at the problems. What are the problems of coordination? So whenever we talk about the problems of coordination is concerned, we have to think about the natural hindrance. That is, we have a bad weather or the health situation. All these are called as a conflicts, or we can even call them as a constraints or problems. Then regarding the growth, that is when the organization is trying to have some cooperation, that is because of jealousy or too much of centralization or too much of decentralization will also be a problem. And when they don't have an adequate, that is inadequate, they don't have an adequate administrative specialized talented persons, or they don't know the technique how to use this coordination, or when there is a misunderstanding, or when they don't know the authority, when the authority is not clearly mentioned, or there is an undefined authority, or there is some conflicts and people are not ready to solve the conflicts, or there is a more of a staff turnover, so that will purely affect the organization structure. Or when they are not having some unilateral donors and agendas, because they should have some donors and agendas what to be done. If they are not much aware of it, and they cannot do it. So that is with respect to this. And regarding the competition for resources, so this competition for resources is people are having much of resources. Only resources can bring in the unity in the human resource so that they can do the actions. But when there is a competition for resources, we cannot get proper resources. Even that can be with respect to example of manpower resources or other resources. Then there is a threat to autonomy. So when we talk about the authority, this autonomy is a much more thing. And people are not agreeing with the objective and idea, or there is a different expectations of coordinations, and unsatisfactory or cost benefit, that is much important, because when people are not satisfied, then they don't have the interest to work, or there is no trust at all. Then coordination is built mutually based on the trust. It is a trust based action or function of management. When there is a lack of trust, there cannot be coordination. And regarding this problems, we have taken that as a constraints also. So when we are not able to have a proper objectives, so we have a conflict of objectives, or the growing size of the organization, or as I told you, the undefined authority, or we are not able to build an empire. That is a tendency, because we are trying to take an advantage of undefined delegation of authority. As I told you, the department managers can only care for their own department. In that case, what will be happening is there will be overboard of interest of the organization. So that will become make coordination much difficult. When people are not successful in trying to solve the conflicts, so they have to bring out some compromise. When there is no issues or there is no problem, then okay, but still they are not able to bring out a compromise on each side, then that will be a resolving conflict, will be a big issue. Then everybody, when people, they are capable of independent and self-directed action, that is different direction. So every person has their own independence of thinking and action. They will move on a different direction. So then in the case also coordination cannot be done. And when there is a lack of cooperative spirit, then there is no meaning at all. Because when we talk about this, that then coordination will be a challenge over here. And individual indifferences, as we know, the magnitude of an individual will be totally different in organization with respect to their perception, values or attitudes or beliefs. Then coordination will be a different type.